Future superstar, Smiley Youth Artist.
तुमसे मिलके ऐसा लगा, तुमसे मिलके अरमां हुए पूरे दिल के। तुमसे मिलके ऐसा लगा, तुमसे मिलके अरमां हुए पूरे दिल के। ऐ मेरी जाने वफा, तेरी मेरी मेरी तेरी एक जान है।
साथ तेरे रहेंगे सदा, तुमसे न होंगे जुदा। तुमसे मिलके ऐसा लगा, तुमसे मिलके अरमां हुए पूरे दिल के।
मेरे सनम तेरी कसम, छोड़ेंगे अपना ये हाथ। ये जिंदगी गुजरेगी अब हमदम तुम्हारे ही साथ। अपना ये वादा रहा, तुमसे न होंगे जुदा। तुमसे मिलके ऐसा लगा, तुमसे मिलके अरमां हुए पूरे दिल के। ये रातें, ये मौसम, नदी का किनारा, ये चंचल हवा। ये रातें, ये मौसम, नदी का किनारा, ये चंचल हवा।
कहा दो दिलों ने कि मिलकर कभी हम न होंगे जुदा।
ये रातें, ये मौसम, नदी का किनारा, ये चंचल हवा।
ये क्या बात है आज की चांदनी में, ये क्या बात है आज की चांदनी में, कि हम खो गए प्यार की रागनी में।
ये बाहों में बाहें, ये बहकी निगाहें, लो आने लगा जिंदगी का मजा। ये रातें, ये मौसम, नदी का किनारा, ये चंचल हवा। कहा दो दिलों ने कि मिलकर कभी हम न होंगे जुदा। ये रातें, ये मौसम, नदी का किनारा, ये चंचल हवा, ये चंचल हवा, ये चंचल हवा। तुमसे मिलके ऐसा लगा, तुमसे मिलके अरमां हुए पूरे दिल के। तुमसे मिलके ऐसा लगा, तुमसे मिलके अरमां।
साफ मुंह देख लो हकीकत का, गर ना हो दिल के आईने में जंग, है वही दोस्त और वही दुश्मन, सुलह उससे है और उसी से जंग। दुनिया में खाली आए खाली हाथ जाना, दुनिया में खाली आए खाली हाथ जाना, इस पल कमाए जो तू उस पल गवाना, गलत सही सही गलत कैसा है ज़माना, गलत सही सही गलत कैसा है ज़माना, क्यों तुझको इतना है गुरूर, क्यों तुझको इतना है गुरूर, ऐ बंदे तेरी औकात क्या जहां, ऐ बंदे तेरी औकात क्या जहां, ऐ बंदे तेरी औकात क्या जहां, ऐ बंदे तेरी औकात क्या जहाँ से आए हैं तू क्यों भूल जाए, जहाँ से आए हैं तू क्यों भूल जाए, 4 दिन रहना बंदे इस दुनिया में, 4 दिन रहना बंदे इस दुनिया में, इतने गुने बंदे क्यों तू कमाए, इतने गुने बंदे क्यों तू कमाए, क्यों तुझको इतना है गुरूर, क्यों तुझको इतना है गुरूर, ऐ बंदे तेरी औकात क्या यहाँ, 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 ऐ बंदे तेरी औकात क्या यहाँ।
When the pandemic hit, it felt like the world stood still.
But we kept moving.
Making sure that healthcare workers
had access to the tools they needed.
The children had opportunities to keep learning.
The families had food on the table and jobs to go to.
But this is nothing new.
For over 35 years,
thousands of Canadians
from coast to coast,
from all walks of life,
have come together to act locally,
inspire hope,
and change lives for the better.
The Worl Partnership Walk
is an expression of global Canadian leadership.
We need that leadership now more than ever.
This year, the walk will look a little bit different.
Join us on a virtual voyage
by registering now
at worldpartnershipwalk.com.
Step forward. Fight global poverty.
Together, we can make a difference.
زلفی کردن ده ایه برکلش yok ve bu dünyadaki hiç kimse Ali'den daha cesur değildir.
सलाम नमस्ते सत श्री अकाल आदाब या अली मदद मैं आपको होस्ट जलाल आपकी खिदमत में हाजिर आप सब देख रहे हैं सलाम नमस्ते कैलगरी ऑन पंजाब नेशनल टीवी एंड रेडियो सुर संगम अगर आप एडमिंटन में हैं तो रेडियो सुर सागर इन एडमिंटन अगर आप you guys are watching us from anywhere on a Facebook or YouTube, so thank you so much everyone for joining us. We are live from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. Our good friend Damageable Group as well as the Coffee with Jalal page, and there are so many other groups are sharing as well. So thank you so much and welcome you all to the you can say today's or you can say Tuesday's edition of Salaam Namaste Calgary. As you know, it's a Tuesday. This is the time for our Salaam Namaste Calgary radio show, and today's show is going to be great show in a sense. First of all, we're going to have a Reese Ladak from Montreal. He is the director of Eureka Canada, which is you can say Quebec, you can see page of that, but he's been going to the McGill University. So we'll talk about the COVID-19 as well, because he's kind of doing his research on that as well. Plus, we're going to have a Worl Partnership Walk. I just saw the the promo. Together we can together we can make a difference. Yes, we can make a difference. So then Amyna Mohamed from Worl Partnership Walk Calgary. So she'll join us live from Calgary from her home at 7 p.m. and we'll talk to her. As you know, because of the pandemic, we don't have actual walk this year, but we're going to have you can say virtual voyage or the virtual tour or virtual walk, whatever you want to say. But we'll need everyone's help to make this one succeed for our brothers and sisters who are less fortunate. So let's start our show, and let me get to my co-host first. She's waiting backstage, Salma Jadhav ji. Hello, Salma ji.
How are you, Jalal?
Good. How are you?
Very well, thank you, and hope everybody is keeping well and healthy.
Yes, yes. Thank God. So far, so good.
Sabko salam, namaste, sat sri akal, adab, salam alaikum. Yali Madad, and good evening. I hope you are having a very good evening because it's beautiful out there. It's not cold. It's not snowing. So it's really nice. So it's good to go for a walk. And as Jalal said, we have a really good show today. So, and Jalal's son is coming today, and let's see what he is going to inform us and increase our knowledge about what is Eureka.
Yeah, so this is first time ever. I've been doing it 10 years for, or 11 years for my radio show, but this is the first time, and because I told him you have to earn to be on our show, so I think he did it, and he's laughing backstage. I can see him. So inshallah, it'll be very knowledgeable. It'll be good knowledge for us. But again, we just finished Salma ji, the Alberta Premier, Mr. Jason Kenney and Dr. Hinshaw. Kind of the daily update, and yes, we are under emergency in Alberta. and no social gathering whatsoever at home. Period. No social gathering. Do not invite or do not go to anyone's house. Doesn't matter if you have a COVID or no. And outside only 10 people maximum. So there are so many restrictions because we are leading in COVID cases all over Canada right now, which is not a good thing. It won't help us. It won't help anyone. Now the Christmas is coming. Holidays are coming. So let's narrow all our restrictions. Get help, or you can say help each other out. Help our frontline workers as well as the Canada or government of Canada, and we can bring the numbers down. So we might have a little bit better Christmas than what we are having right now. So inshallah, so this is everyone's job. Even Toronto, they are under lockdown as well for next 28 days. So Calgary or Alberta is going to be next 21 days there, as is 3 weeks. So, but you don't have to worry about it. We have our show going on. There are so many other artists are doing their part almost every day or especially weekend. So they're doing their shows online. So enjoy those shows. Then kind of encourage everyone, help everyone, and of course help World Partnership Walk as well when we talk to Amyna after. So our friends already joined us. There is a Zinat, Hussein, Anar, Melissa from Florida, Gulrose, Shami, Natasha as well, Ashik Ali, and Noor, and then Karina. There are so many people are watching as well, guys. So thank you so much, everyone, and Yali Madad to all. Yes. So let me get to Mr. Reese Ladak. He's in Montreal, and there you go.
Yali Madad.
Reese, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, look at that beard you have now.
We've had a busy time here.
No time to shave now.
No. Did you get a time to shave, Reese, or no?
Actually, I did. I got a haircut and everything because this is a huge deal. Salaam, Namaste, Calgary. I've been waiting for this for 10 years, as my dad mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Reese Jadhav ji, he's watching as well. Our good friend from the Damage Jubilee group, and of course Reese and Reese, you know each other now.
Reese and Reese.
So Reese, go ahead, Samaji, you start. No, you start first.
So Reese, first of all, congratulations. We are really proud. You are just like our son, and I've known you for a very long time now. You grew up in front of us, and now you have reached to that place that you should be so proud of, and your parents and your family. So tell us what exactly Eureka is and how it all came about, and what is your role in it.
For sure. All right. So I guess to start off, Eureka Canada is a Canada-wide corporation, or rather a program that focuses on giving research opportunities to high school youth. Okay. So the way this whole started is it began in Calgary a couple of years ago. A couple of my friends from a local high school in Calgary, they sort of empathized with high school students and individuals who had a passion in research but weren't able to acquire any opportunities to pursue those passions. So then they got to thinking, and we're like, what if we were able to give that opportunity to students? Because the future generations, or I guess the next generation, these individuals are future scientists and future world leaders, and also future vaccine makers in case something like the COVID-19 pandemic comes again in the next 100 years or so. So then I actually got involved in Eureka from the very beginning. So what happened was, it was actually around my birthday. I got a message from a local friend from this other high school, and he was like, he has an interesting research opportunity. Now, myself being a research enthusiast, I was immediately intrigued because I was looking for a research opportunity, and I thought, why not? And then after I learned about the program, I thought to myself, the only thing that would be even more rewarding than doing research is engaging others in research. So then my friend and I, we took the initiative to start Eureka Montreal, so the Quebec chapter of Eureka Canada in Quebec.
Oh, wow.
And over the past 2 years, it's been a bit of a struggle, only because we're still learning, we're still developing as organizers, as leaders. But then finally this year, we have a very promising program ready for everyone who's interested. And because of COVID, the program will be held online through Zoom, so anyone in Canada is able to join. And at this time, since 3 years ago, when Drika came to be, we've expanded to 6 cities all around the country, including Calgary, Edmonton, Toronto, Kingston, Windsor, and Montreal.
Wow, nice. Yeah, so you're
Reese, let me ask this, Reese. When you moved to Montreal, it was 3 years ago. Now you're in a 4th year. So you transition from very young, 18-year-old, moving to Toronto, Montreal by yourself, and of course, there was the first time outside the house. For our for our newcomers, I think they'll be going to the next year university for the next 4 years. So how was it I know now you're busy with Eureka, and then Montreal, our Smiley Association, our McGill University student groups as well, which is from from our country. Now you're busy, so you don't think about your family that much, but you're busy with all other stuff right now. So how was your transition for 3 years ago when you were alone, 18-year-old, moving by yourself, first time outside the house, and to kind of a new city?
No, that's actually a really good question. No, it was honestly quite intimidating at first, but I think what really helped is just knowing that my parents are there to support me for whatever I do, and that they're the ones who actually motivated me to leave Calgary and become more independent. And I have to say, it's really worked. I've learned a lot of things academically and outside of academics that I don't think I would learn if I was still in Calgary living with them. And I think I think it just helps having a good support group there with you as well. When I first came here, as I said, it was very intimidating. But then as I became acquainted with various different people in our Smiley community, as well as outside of it, I became more comfortable to be on my own. And eventually, rather than being scared of going back after winter and summer breaks, I was kind of excited because I knew it was going to be a new year. I would get to see old friends and also make some new acquaintances, and I could try to make as much of a difference as possible.
Yeah. So I know that your parent support is important for anyone. It's a student or going into academics, going into any kind of their passion. But who else played an important role in your life when you were in McGill? Who inspired you there? Was there anybody or any group of people or friends or teachers who inspired you there?
When you first asked that, one name came to mind, and that was MISA, the Montreal Smiley Students Association. They've always been there for me. They're very kind, empathetic. They don't judge. They're very inviting and welcoming, and it's just a really good group to be affiliated with, especially in your first year. They've encouraged me to go over and beyond what I thought I was restricted to, and for that I'll be forever grateful, for sure.
Great. I hope all the students get that.
So that's in Montreal. What about Calgary?
Calgary, I've had mentors from the very beginning, and I don't think I would be where I am without them. For one, there's Mr. Zahir Chibji. He's been a mentor to me since the very beginning, ever since I started tutoring with him. He's the one who encouraged me. Actually, he's the one who motivated. He's the one who sparked that passion in me to teach others. Because I guess he's a tutor himself, and just seeing the smile on his face every time he would teach other students, it was just like it just made your heart feel really warm. And on top of that, there's also Amir Keshivji, the college expert. without him, I don't think I'd be at McGill right now, and I don't think I would have the confidence that's inside me to do what I'm doing right now. And then also there's Dr. Jadaji and Salman, to yourself as well. Without your guys' support, I don't think I would be where I am right now. And finally, my parents, with their constant encouragement and their constant selfless actions, yeah, I don't think I'd be where I am right now.
To help other people, I think everyone who is knowledgeable, who has expertise, and who can help, I think this is the message I want to give to everyone who is listening today, that don't keep that knowledge to yourself. Spread it, because that's what God wants, that's what our Imam wants, that you spread that knowledge and help others in whatever way you can. And that is what we are trying to do. And that's what Amir Kashyap ji and Taj and whoever has helped you, and Zaishif ji, everybody has tried their best to bring the best in you. And that is the most important thing.
There's Amir Kashyap ji say hi to you as well. He has a Zoom meeting right now, so he'll be watching after. That's what he said. So Reese, so now the pandemic is here now. So now the second wave is here, and like Toronto has got lockdown, Alberta has got emergency now from Friday, and the Quebec has got so many numbers where you are right now. So as a student, as a Eureka, as a McGill student, or as because you are in research yourself, what you're doing, what is your responsibility now for the human being?
So I think as a member of the human population, I think our primary responsibility is to follow what the government is recommending at this time, and that is to practice social distancing, wear a mask, wash your hands, etc., etc., etc. And as a scientist, a lot is happening right now in the world. As you guys probably know, 2 huge companies have recently released their data on 2 preliminary vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna. And even though the results are promising, there's still a ways to go, I believe, until these vaccines are accessible to everyone. And there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, coronavirus as a virus is highly prone to mutations, and what that means is either the vaccine can become less dangerous or more vigorous. And I'll give you an example of what happened a long ago. So when Zika virus first came out many years ago, it first emerged in Uganda, and then from Uganda it spread to Pakistan, and then from Pakistan it spread to South America. Now, once it reached South America, tests show that it actually started to cause a neurological deficiency in its victims. Now, at first, what happened was people thought that because South America, or specifically Brazil, is relatively more developed than Uganda or Pakistan, for example, they thought that Brazil just had a more advanced technology to actually detect these symptoms. However, then after doing a bit more research, they found out that the virus on its way from Pakistan to Brazil, it actually mutated and became that much more dangerous, such that it started to cause neurological deficiencies. And now with Corona, as you know, the first sighting was in China, and now it's all around the world. And these viruses, they're very smart creatures, and they adapt to their environment. So as they move across the world, they get exposed to various different climates, and that in part induces their mutations. So there's a high chance that Corona could very well mutate, and by the time these vaccines actually reach everyone around the world, they may not be as effective as they are now. And even then, papers have recently come out on the trials by specifically Pfizer and Moderna, like the 2 main companies who are producing vaccines, and Pfizer's vaccine has to be maintained at a temperature of minus 80 degrees. Now we use freezers in our lab at minus 80, and when you open those freezers, they're covered with snow. You have to use a shovel to shovel it out just to acquire samples. With that said, it's very tricky, and which also means it's very expensive to distribute such a vaccine all around the world.
Right. You're so right.
And you know, even with even let's say they do somehow, because they probably will find a way to distribute the vaccine. In total, they've in Pfizer's trial, they had around 40,000 patients or something around there. And out of those 40,000, 44 patients were diagnosed with COVID.
Okay.
And of those 44, a small proportion of them acquired the vaccine, which is how they came to the number 90% of effective, which is a really promising number. However, and you know, for students who are interested in Eureka, you actually learn a lot about this during the program. In order to have reliable data, you need a much larger sample than just 44 patients. So even though results show a lot of promise right now, they still need a lot more data to be sure.
You're so right, and that's what we are finding it out. So, okay, you are involved in so much, Reese. You are always into something. So, what do you do for your leisure?
For my leisure,
everybody needs that, don't?
No, absolutely, you know, for sure. Like I think like I'm quite the people person. So like for my downtime, I just like hanging out with friends and just talking about whatever. And just, you know, just taking some time off from other commitments, like such as research, school, Eureka, and then and then I think that's just also really important for mental health as well, especially during these times where a lot of people are restricted to the confinement of their homes.
That's good.
Okay, so Reese, you're not getting a PlayStation, so don't even think about it. I mean, Reese, you know, so like, you know, as a Eureka director, what you are, and then of course there are so many students you guys are. So what's your activity as a member or like as a Eureka guys? What do you guys do?
For sure. Okay, that's actually a great question. So Eureka is actually a 10-week program that takes place in the winter semester. So the plan is to begin the program in the middle of January to end of January, and it should conclude by the beginning of April. Now, the way this program works, it's a 10-week program, and so we are recruiting high school students who would act as investigators, and then university students who would act as senior investigators. Now, through the 10-week program, the senior investigators and investigators, they'll learn about the fundamentals of scientific research. And the best part of the program is that it can be on any topic they want. Because COVID is happening right now and is very relevant, we do have an emphasis on COVID-19 research, only because there's so much happening, but it can be on any topic the students want. So through the 10 weeks, they'll learn about scientific inquiry, how to analyze data critically and also properly. They'll learn about presentations, how to build an effective presentation and communicate your scientific findings to a lay audience who may not be too acquainted with what you're studying. On top of that, the students will also pair up with a senior investigator, and they'll facilitate their own independent research project on a topic of their choosing. And so, so essentially, the way this works is they're going to be taking what they learned during the 10-week program, and they're going to be applying it to an independent research project. Now, at the end of the 10 weeks, after they've designed and carried out their project, they're going to be presenting it at a year-end symposium where professors, experts in the field, and other students can come and attend the symposium and hear about the research that other students are doing, and hopefully learn a thing or two. And because professors are coming as well, it's a great opportunity for students to acquire a summer internship, or a full year internship. And on top of that, the Durant Symposium is actually it's actually a competition, and the top 3 presentations will actually go on to the next round, which will be amongst every participant in all of Canada. So at all the 6 cities, top 3 teams will be chosen, and they'll be competing at a national symposium, and not necessarily the winners, but any strong projects will then have the opportunity to get published.
Wow.
In recent years, a group of students were actually published in the journal Cancers, which is a huge journal, high impact factor, and it's so like in the entire program as a whole, there's not only opportunity for research, but also opportunity for leadership, collaboration, and to meet students from various cultures, various backgrounds, and this allows them to be at the forefront of cutting edge research in an incubation of innovation.
Great job. This is it's a really like the way you have explained to us. I think lots of students and senior students should get benefit out of it and go for it, because it's going to help so many people, and help them and others.
Absolutely. No, yeah, for sure. I mean, not only would you be giving back to the scientific community, but because of COVID and as you said, restrictions are quite heavy right now. It's a great it's a great it's a great extracurricular to just distract yourself from the current world problems, or even focus on those a bit more from a scientific perspective, and just meet new people and do something kind of unique, kind of different that you can add to your CV that could contribute to IB CAS requirements, etc., etc.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Risa, before we let you go, so like just maybe 1 or 2 questions. So because New Year is coming for you guys, for the students, which will be going to, there are people from our community or from the rest of the community will be going to the McGill University. And so what do you want to tell them? Because I know like the first year, 18, 19-year-old alone coming to Montreal, what do you want to tell them? They can contact to Misa, they can contact Eureka, just to kind of feel comfortable in the new city. What do you want to tell as advice?
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, like if you're Smiley and you're coming to not only McGill, but Concordia or UDEM or any other university, or even CEGEP in Quebec, feel free to reach out to the Montreal Smiley Students Association. As I said, they're super welcoming, super inviting, and they'd be happy to have you involved in their group. For all other students, we're like, there's always someone willing to lend a helping hand or just talk to you. Like you're never alone, although it may seem like it. You're not ever alone. So with that said, just don't be afraid to reach out to other students, professors, guidance counselors, etc., etc. They're always there to help, especially during this very difficult and strenuous time.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think the support system is there, a good support.
Yeah, it's there.
Absolutely.
That is so important. Yeah, everybody needs that, especially in the first year, and you have experienced that, so you can help out too in that way. Yeah, great job.
Yeah, so Misa, they have their Facebook page, like on the Facebook. Misa, what about Eureka? Like, what's the website if you want to give it out?
Right. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested in applying to Eureka as a senior investigator or investigator, because I know all 6 cities at the moment are recruiting, feel free to visit eurekacanada.org, or you can also email us, like email any city with the city name at eurekacanada.org. So for us, it's Montreal at eurekacanada.org. Just keep in mind that applications are due at December 31st, 2020 at 11:59 p.m. This is a hard deadline, so please don't visit, and we hope to see you in the program.
Yeah,
Yes,
great.
inshallah.
Yeah, so we wish you all the best, Reese. So nice hearing from you.
Thank
So
you.
much knowledge, so much information, and I hope lots of people get benefit out of it. And keep on doing what you are doing, and there's a very bright future for you, Reese. All the best to you, and keep healthy, keep safe, keep on learning, keep on spreading all the knowledge and all the love, and that's what we need right now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me on the show. It was
Anytime.
Yeah, Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reese. Maybe you wanna just to the website. Maybe you just wanna write in the comment section on the Facebook so people can get it.
Sure thing.
Yeah, and then Reese Yadav sent a message. Very nice. Keep up the great work, Reese Ladak, and follow your dreams. Great.
Yeah.
And as a
Thank
parent,
you so
we are
much.
proud of you. Salman, proud of you. I know. Amir Keshafji, Zahir, Shivji,
Yeah,
everyone is
all
proud
are
of
very
you.
proud. Very proud.
Yeah. So good to see you again.
Yeah.
And talk to you later, buddy. Thank you.
Hope to see you
Take
again.
care.
All the best.
Bye.
Yalimada, bye.
Yalimada.
Wow, Reese Ladak from Zurich.
Yeah, he's doing so good. I'm so proud of him. And look, well, when he was leaving, and we all were so kind of worried, and
Yes.
then he is gone now. He's in 4th year. Can you imagine?
4th year already.
Already, 4 years have passed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
inshallah,
shukran. I mean,
he'll
of course,
do very well.
like a thank, thanks to you and like Dr. Taj, Amir Keshafji, Zahir Shivji, everyone helped them, to put him together.
It's
and
important. Yeah, it's important
Where is
to
he
help
right
out.
now?
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's time to go to World Partnership Walk. As in Salman, this year we have a virtual walk.
Yeah.
So before we get to our guest Amyna Mohamed, she's waiting backstage. So I'm gonna play one of the messages from Khalil from our from the World Partnership Walk. So let me play that.
Yeah.
There we go, guys.
The global pandemic that the world is now engulfed in may well be the challenge that defines our generation. It, of course, is a health crisis, but it is far more than that. Hundreds of millions of students have had their educations interrupted around the world. Livelihoods have been disrupted. Food security has plummeted, and the impacts on women and girls have been particularly severe. For the last 4 decades, Aga Khan Foundation Canada has been working closely with its partners in the Global Aga Khan Development Network to make real investments in improving the quality of life of marginalized communities in Africa and Asia. With the support of thousands of Canadian donors, we have been able to make real progress. And it's exactly those investments in education, in health, in strong civil society institutions, in women's empowerment that have been the resources that these communities have used to respond to the crisis in front of them today. And it will be exactly those kinds of investments that will allow them to look to the future with a sense of confidence and hope as they build back after this crisis. Today, I'm inviting you to join us on our first ever World Partnership Walk virtual voyage around the world. This year, we will not be able to gather in those iconic locations across the country to celebrate our expressions of support for the developing world. But we can still harness the energy, the spirit, and the ethic that fuels Canadians' desire to contribute to the world in a virtual way this year. Over the next several weeks, we will travel the world, visit countries where you will meet the men and women and communities who are benefiting from your support and who are being given the tool to advance their own quality of life. And on December 6th, we'll come together for a virtual homecoming celebration where we'll commemorate all the extraordinary acts of generosity that Canadians will have provided. The time for exercising real leadership in the world is now, both because the needs are so dire and because the opportunities for making a contribution to transformative change are so present. I hope you'll join us on this first ever virtual voyage around the world. Your leadership, your support, and your generosity will make a massive difference.
All right, so it's time to get to our guest, Miss Amyna Mohamed. There we go. Yellen, Amyna, how are you?
Amyna.
Good, how are you?
How are you?
Good, good.
Yeah, you're doing well?
Yes, yeah, great. Thank you for having me. Much appreciated.
Anytime. Great, great.
Well, you're welcome to the show, Amyna. And wow, I think this year, because of the pandemic, it's a different world out there now.
Yeah.
As we just listen from Reese, and that's what he was talking about in Montreal and all these Eureka thing. And now, World Partnership Walk, it's been going on for years and years and years, but this time because of the pandemic, it's going to be virtual. So let's start. What is a virtual voyage? What is a virtual tour now? What is it?
So it's a combination of a couple of different things. So of course, fundraiser. Funds are more important than ever. And I'll come back to why that is, but also to maintain that culture. Coming to the walk it's an event. It's fun. Yeah. We enjoy, we get together, we eat, we walk, we raise money for a great cause. So we don't want that to go away, especially the engagement piece. Yeah. And allowing people to really feel that sense of accomplishment. It's so rewarding to give back. So we didn't want to lose that. So we set targets this year. We said we'll do it all virtually. And we thought, what better way than to show the project? So where does the money go? Who benefits from the money? What are all the great outcomes that have now afforded people in the third world an opportunity to battle the pandemic?
Yeah.
So all the money we've raised in the past has given them the tools and the knowledge to not only help sustain communities, but fight against COVID-19. So this year we had 4 stops on our voyage. Today was actually the final stop.
Yeah, that's right.
First one was Kenya, then Afghanistan, and Mozambique, and today was Tajikistan.
Yeah.
So what we did was at each stop, if you will, you got your virtual stamp in your passport that you arrived at the destination, and you got to see through the locals' eyes how they've been impacted by the dollars from AKFC and the Canadian government, and of course, the Canadian population actually donating. It's really cool. Would you like me to go into just a little bit of detail about each stop?
Yeah. Sure, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So the first one was Kenya, and it really focused on a remote village and showing how they have such a lack of access to medical care because of their sheer location. So it showed the medical outreach and how the medical care goes to the people. And they have challenges like walking one way an hour to get somewhere. They don't have income. A lot of times women out in Kenya have to ask permission to their husbands to say, can I go to the doctor? Can I spend money on medication? So by affording them access to free healthcare, we can, help with preventative medication and knowledge and education, medicine, treatment, all those kinds of things. It's a fantastic, fantastic outreach program that we have. And, just some of the stats around it is 1 in 3 women in rural Kenya say that their barrier to getting access to healthcare is strictly distance. So that was the first stop. Yeah. Second stop was Mozambique. So we got to look at everything through the eyes of a recent graduate. She's a nurse in Mozambique. And 1 in 67 women in Mozambique were dying due to complications in pregnancy and childbirth. It's a really staggering statistic. And 1 in 8 infants are dying before they hit their first birthday. Like, it's so sad and tragic, right? But AKF provided new equipment to this school in Pemba, where this nurse actually graduated and got to make use of all that great equipment. So what an awesome accomplishment to try and, take care of more infant mortality. So great. And then the third stop was in Badakhshan, Afghanistan. And this one really pulled at my heartstrings in particular. It was actually the first female to ever work as a medical practitioner in Badakhshan. She was the very first one. Talk about pioneer, right? And the lack of beds for women, there was no female doctors. When she was there 26 years ago, there were 4 beds for women in the entire facility. Next year, they're aiming to have 100. And their maternal mortality rate has dropped by 70% since 1990 due to the funds received from the Aga Khan Foundation. And in Badakhshan, in Afghanistan, greater, 1 in 52 women were dying due to pregnancy complications and childbirth. Yeah, and some other, warriors and pioneers, if you will, they've also had the first female pathologist, radiologist, and pediatric surgeon, all in Afghanistan.
Wow.
So today was our final stop, Tajikistan. And really it was talking a lot about how AKF has helped to improve education, food security, again, access to healthcare, like things we take for granted in Canada sometimes. Where I can just go to the doctor. It's such a huge opportunity for us to assist and give back. And also giving men and women the chance to start a business, giving them a little bit of money, giving them a loan to be able to have a sustainable income for their families. So I think it's really cool. We've never actually done it this way. It's great to go to a walk and see some dances and eat some great food, but to actually see the impact of the dollars is so significant. And this year, our target we had set nationwide is $3 million. To date, we are at $1.9 million raised this year. So we're getting there. We have some work to do. We have 237 teams registered and almost 1,600 individual fundraisers registered. So really fantastic.
It's great to know that. And I think this virtual thing is really important. And as people are visiting, watching, because there's a lot of time for lots of people to do that, and the impact it is making. So I think it is this virtual visiting was really beautifully done, and I watched those. And today I was watching the last one, and it really brings tears to your eyes to see what exactly is out there, and in whatever way we can help. And we have tried our best, through Salaam, Namaste, and individually. I try to every year do my exhibitions, but unfortunately, I was not able to do the exhibition. But I'm trying my best, and I have my 2021 calendars. If anybody is interested to buy, because that raises money for the walk. And whatever work I do, I always donate from that. And there are lots of nice people who are sponsoring me. And so whatever difference we can make, little bit difference, it all adds up and it makes a difference.
Absolutely.
So this is, definitely. Yeah.
So Amyna, Worl Partnership Walk Calgary as a team. So I'm sure, I think, I think you guys used to visit some offices as well in downtown. So how are you guys getting to those business community this year? I know probably it's all Zoom meetings these days.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it. We are re-engaging all the teams that had registered with us in past years. So not just 2019, but also those back to 2018, 2017. If people are interested in creating new teams, we are absolutely open to that. In past, we were doing lunch and learns, but yes, you're right, it's all virtual. We do have material we can present. The idea this year, like I said, is just really to get the people behind it. It's to create awareness plus raise funds. I know one particular employer that has a team has said, if you are able to either raise or donate a minimum of $50, he's matching it. So that's really growing the donations and also the number of people on the team. We don't ask anybody to come down to Princess Island Park at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning for tug of war this year. It's definitely less of a commitment, but it's equally satisfying to be able to give even a little bit. We're fortunate. AKFC is one of the only charities that I know of that is registered, and also every single penny of every single dollar goes to the third world. We don't retain any money for operational costs, and it's matched up to 9 times by different nonprofit organizations.
Wow.
Up to, if you donate $1, up to $10 makes it to Africa and Asia.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. So as Khalil Sharif said, like December 6th is a deadline. So what's that mean if someone still, I think, come up with a team, or they can, go to the worldpartnershipwalk.com and donate? How does it work? Everything work. If I'm new, if I want to go and register my team, so what do I have to do?
Right. So you actually took the words right out of my mouth. So you go to worldpartnershipwalk.com and you can register as an individual or a team. A team only has to be 2 people. So you don't have to, invite the entire office to join you. It's okay. You only need to have 2 people on your team total, or minimum rather. And then on December 6th is our homecoming. So that will basically wrap up our voyage, right? We're taking our flight home now from Tajikistan. It'll take us a couple of weeks to get home. It's virtually 2 p.m. Mountain and 4 p.m. Eastern. And it'll just bring everything together and show, some of our featured fundraisers, some of our corporate teams, our volunteers, and more focus on where do the dollars go? What is the impact that the dollars make? Technically, that's the deadline for the virtual voyage. However, you can donate anytime. It doesn't affect if you're going to receive a tax receipt. You can go to our website anytime and donate. We do have a full-time staff in Ottawa at the Aga Khan Foundation office who would be happy to receive as well.
Yeah. So that's what, it's good that you answered that question, because there are some people, sometimes they're busy or something is happening and they forget it. So they through you now know that 6th December is not the deadline for the donation. It's the deadline that we'll be coming together and kind of ending our journey. But the journey never ends. It is, you can keep on going, and you can visit the worldpartnershipwalk.com, and then you can keep on donating whenever you can, whenever you want. And that is important rather than not donating. Even $10, $25, $50, whatever you can, it all adds up, as I said, because it's this is all going for a very, very noble and good cause. Yeah.
Right. Now, just keep in mind, if you do choose to donate, the deadline for the tax season will be December 31st.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. But if you donate January 1st, it's okay. You can count it to next year's taxes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So let me ask you this, something like a personal question, Amyna. Like me and Salma, we've been doing, doing our part as a volunteer to the World Partnership Walk for the last 5-6 years now. Yeah. And you have this year, with Jen Jaffer. So as a person, like Amyna, what do you think about all this volunteerism we do for our community? It's not for only it's for the South Asian community in general, because everyone is getting benefit from this AKFC or from the World Partnership Walk. So as a person, so how much important it is to do the volunteer, or to be a volunteer in any community?
For me personally, I think it's ingrained in everything we do. Since we are children, we're taught to give back, to help those less fortunate. So me, it's my 3rd year on the team now. I was on the team when I was in university as well, and raising money through schools. So I kind of came back, and I'm doing my 2nd stint as a vice chair. But honestly, for me, I think it's a double-edged sword, because not only do we make an impact, I personally find it so rewarding. I find it so satisfying to be able to watch those videos and think we had even a small part in raising money or raising awareness about some things that happen on the other side of the world, where for us, we turn the tap on and clean water comes out. It's just a given. We go down the street to the doctor. That's okay. It's easy for us to do that because we're in a developed world where so many people don't have that opportunity, and it is so tragic and unfortunate. So any small part even I can have, I want to teach that to my son and bring that into our family as well. So he also fundraises every year. So he understands that there are people who, have been given much, much less than us, and any small part we can do to give back and help them, it's our responsibility. And that's what I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, so right. Yeah, this volunteerism is ingrained in us, when we are born and we start growing up in the family and we see how volunteering is happening. And that is the most important part, because without that, we cannot have these kind of foundations, because so many volunteers are there to work, and everybody helps out in whatever way. Like we are trying our best today by bringing you and giving out the message, what nice messages you are giving out, that you can help, anybody can help, and it's so important. And these journeys we are doing together and showcasing it in our online, it's so important because people get to know what is happening out there and where the money is going. So it virtually they can just sit and on their laptop or desktop or iPad and see where everything is happening. So I think this is very important and so well said, Amyna. And thank you for being with us. Every little talk, every little gesture, every little message counts, and that's what we are trying to do right now. Yeah,
definitely.
And I really love the music, the one you have in the Voyager thing. It's beautiful music. It's like,
so nice.
They've done a great job. The national team put a lot of work and a lot of effort into it. So kudos to them. And, they pulled it together in a very short span, but it engages so many people and corporations and those from the greater community. It's not just about the South Asian community giving back or anybody else. It's about everybody, right? It's about society giving back. So I think that it really helps promote that, especially when it comes to corporate engagement, because our corporate engagement really brings in team members, colleagues, leaders from, Calgary at large and Canada at large. So it's a fantastic opportunity to educate not only on AKFC, but also on how to help alleviate global poverty.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
That's right.
And the one you have a promo with all like Rizwan Manji and like Farhan Nasser. I think you are missing two people in it. Do you know what? Me and Salma. We're celebrating as well.
Well, I'll send a memo to corporate for sure and let them know not to have that miss again.
No, we are right now doing the same thing. No, it's great.
No, it's good to have you guys each and every time. And for next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we'll do our best, to all our shows. And as you can see, there is a ticker going on for the Please Visit Work. So it will be on for next 3-4 weeks on our shows. And I think Salma, she already has an account, I think, under her name. Am I right? So maybe Salma, you can share it in the comments. Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
No, in the comments, maybe you can just, kind of, you can put your your link so that people can go and donate on your personal ID as well.
I can do that. It's already on the Facebook, actually.
So maybe you can post in the comment section.
On Facebook, my link is there. And people are donating, so I'm happy. And I have already almost reached my target, what I had.
Oh, fantastic.
What I have.
Double it. What do you think, Salma? Let's double it.
Let's double it. I'm hoping for that. And I'm hoping I may double it by the end of the 6th December. So I'm looking forward to that.
So we'll work hard for next 2-3 weeks, and we'll share the link on our social media. Hopefully we can get. So before we let you go, what do you want to say as the last message, Amyna?
Message.
So for the homecoming celebration, just to note that you must be registered to be able to see it, even if it's just to watch, even if you just want to watch the wrap up, the homecoming, the end of the journey, please do so. Please register on worldpartnershipwalk.com. Every single penny, every single dollar really helps. At one point, many years ago, there was a statistic that we were saying it's $10 helps a child get preventative health care for 1 year. That's the vaccines that everybody needs, that we have access to, we take for granted. The goals here are not enormous. They're definitely achievable, but only if we do it together. The cause is so worthy. It's so worthwhile. It's very near and dear to everyone's hearts. and it really connects us to the other side of the world. It keeps us socially responsible. So please do whatever you can. We would really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being with us, for your precious time, and for giving out such beautiful messages. And we wish all the best, and hopefully we'll reach our target soon and beyond. That is our wish.
Yeah, that's right. Inshallah.
Fingers crossed. Thank you very much.
Keep healthy and safe, and all the best for all your help and all your volunteering.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank
Amyna.
you so much. You take care. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, it is Amyna Mohamed from Worl Partnership Walk Calgary, and we actually live on Worl Partnership Walk Facebook as well. So they kind of shared our feed as well. So that's great. So good to see that. So yes, Salmaji, maybe you can share your link into the comment section so people can. After we can do it.
Yes, of course, I'll do it after.
Yeah, then we'll share for next 2-3 weeks, and hopefully we can put it together.
We'll do that.
And there are some more, like our good friends Nisha Divani and Karim Burji, they're doing as well this Friday, and then as well as Nisha's friend Jay from India. So they're doing so many kind of World Partnership events as well. So guys,
trying to help out.
So as much you can, from $10, 10, 20, 15, 30, whatever.
Anything.
Here, there, anywhere, it's going to the same spot. It's going to the same account, Hunt Foundation Canada.
Yeah.
So that's it. Salmaji,
once again, I hope everybody is keeping the things in mind what were announced today. And please follow those rules and regulations, and it's very important because that will keep the COVID sustained, and that is what we want. We don't want everybody's Christmas to get spoiled. We want everybody to be happy, and we want everybody to look at the things what is being said to you and asked you to do. And if you do that, I think that will be the best thing to do. So all the best to everyone. Keep healthy, keep safe, and we will see you soon. We are always there for you, and whatever we can do for you. Yes,
and before I let you go, so Future Superstar Smile Youth Artist 2.0, we finished on last weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone for the support. My God, we doubled the numbers what we did in July.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people ask about the views. So yes, we doubled the views by far, like not even double, but by 3 times more this time. Even on YouTube, so we had a great number. So it's still on the YouTube, it's still available. You can go and watch it, share it with your friends, and you can watch your little junior artist, your favorite junior artist. So thanks to everyone who commented, liked it, lots of hearts, shared it, and thanks again from all of us, from us to you and your family. Thank you so much. It was
Thanks
awesome.
Everyone. Allah Hafiz, keep safe, and we are all praying. Keep praying for each other. So that is the most important
That's
thing.
right. Yeah.
Okay. Good night, and have a safe weekend. We'll see you in a week. And
Inshallah.
Okay, Jala. We'll talk.
Okay, guys. Khuda Hafiz. Yali Mustasika. Thank you.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.